Today, good morning, everyone. We welcome all our Catholic faithful who are here this morning, as well as our press from our island to this morning's press conference. This morning, I am joined by Archbishop Savio, our Apostolic Administrator, and members of the clergy. We warmly welcome our Catholic faithful who are here and who are listening with us. Before Archbishop Savio delivers his remarks, I want to express our gratitude to the Holy Father for sending Archbishop Han to Guam as Apostolic Administrator to guide the Archdiocese during this very difficult time. I want to place today's conference in the context of a family discussion at the kitchen table. Like any parent, and in this instance, a father, Archbishop Savio has spent much of his time gathering everyone to the kitchen table to have a frank discussion on the issues that have weighed heavily in the hearts and minds of our people, our church family on Guam. In the last several weeks, he has met with clergy and lay faithful alike to listen, to guide, and to better understand the problems and challenges we, as a family, have experienced over the last few years, to include allegations of child sex abuse. Today, in addressing the media and a larger faith community, Archbishop Savio believes that every family member has a seat at the table, and that while we may not always agree on the process, the approach, or even the time frame, we must never lose sight of the way forward, a path guided by reconciliation and unity. Certainly, every family is not perfect. In the groundwork Archbishop Savio has laid to bring everyone to the table, there is a need to constantly assess the situation of our household and bear true witness to the work we must all contribute to heal the wounds of division and to bring our house to order. Archbishop Savio has a clear and decisive mandate from the Holy Father to restore unity and peace to this, our Archdiocese. In this regard, thank you for your continued work and guidance in the name of the Holy Father to bring about the healing we so desperately need on our Archdiocese. And so at this time, I would like to introduce our Apostolic Administrator, Archbishop Savio.
Just feel free to be seated. Today, I want to address Mr. Roy Kinselisha, Mrs. Doris Concepcion, Mr. Walton Denton, and Mr. Roland Sundia regarding their allegations of child abuse against Archbishop Aperon while he was a priest in the parish of Agana in 1970s. I also want to address anyone who may be out there who has been harmed by any church official. This is an extremely serious matter, and I am treating it as such. I want to personally welcome today those members of the media who have made the time to attend this press conference. I'm committed to serving in the Archdiocese in an open and transparent fashion, and I appreciate your attention to these important matters. Let me first make it clear that the Holy Father appointed me the Apostolic Administrator of the Archdiocese after learning of the allegations against Archbishop Aperon, because this is a serious matter regarding a bishop. Only the Holy Father has the authority to investigate, and according to church law, it must be submitted to the Holy See. I do not have the authority to investigate Archbishop Apollo in this matter. My obligation is to ensure that all of the documentation related to this matter reaches the proper offices of the Holy See. This I have done promptly and with due diligence. I forwarded all of the statements by the plaintiffs of the Congregation of the Doctrine of the Faith, which is the competent authority of the Holy See in matters of reported sexual abuse by a member of the clergy, including bishops and archbishops. The congregation has diligently kept the Holy Father informed about the process in order to receive his prompt advice or directives. I will report on the progress of this matter as information becomes available to me. I would also like to say a few words regarding the reactions of the Archdiocese to the reports made by the plaintiffs and other commentators, such as Mr. Tim Roy. These statements were published on the Archdiocesan website and released to the press regarding the motivations of plaintiffs in making their reports public and about Mr. Roy's intentions in raising questions about the financial matters of the Archdiocese. Immediately after I arrived on Guam, I ordered the removal of these statements from all diocesan media organs, including the website of the Archdiocese and that of the Archdiocesan newspaper. Let me be clear that in no way do my priest counselors nor I endorse the contents of these statements. Under my administration, it should now be very evident that such statements did not and do not in the least represent the opinion of the Archdiocese of Agana on the handling of sexual misconduct allegations against any member of the clergy, including a bishop. Nor do they represent the opinion of the Archdiocese on those who raise questions about the handling of church finances. As I mentioned previously, I take all reports of sexual misconduct by officials of the church very seriously, and I have not, do not, and will not consider a person presenting such reports as malicious or calumnious or motivated by a desire to attack the church or any other improper purpose. Instead, the Archdiocese should always assume and believe that the intent of those who make allegations of sexual abuse is to bring to light serious claims of abuse. I am gravely troubled by what the plaintiffs have brought forward here. Archbishop Apollo's prior statements were not consistent with the gravity with which the Church approaches all allegations of abuse. I recant and retract all such statements. I also specifically recant and retract all statements implying or suggesting that Mr. Ron was part of the conspiracy involving an improper and clandestine real estate transaction, or that he had any improper motives in raising questions about the financial matters of the Archdiocese. I have requested the clergy to celebrate Masses and to organize prayer gatherings with and for those who were wounded by the Church in the past, and to show support for all those who are currently suffering as a consequence. I myself, in prayer meetings or Masses, prayed explicitly for them, and in my messages, I asked the people of God to pray continuously for them. I also appointed Father Patrick Castro, OFM Capuchin, as a priest contact person to offer support and pastoral care to all those who have reported sexual misconduct by a church official. I also pledge to do all in my power to ensure a safe environment in the church for all, especially the most vulnerable. In this regard, the Archdiocese has been making concerted efforts. It has now completely revised the policy for responding to reports of sexual misconduct by an official of the Church, which now includes a clause for the eventuality of the Archbishop being accused. He must recuse himself from the proceedings. The moderator of the Curia, and today, this case is Father Jeffrey San Nicholas, is then obliged to inform the Holy See of the matter through the Apostolic Delegate in Pacific Oceania, in this case, Archbishop Martin Krebs. The moderator is further obliged to send all the pertinent information related to the matter to the Congregation for the Doctrine of the Faith through the same Apostolic Delegate, and to follow the directives of the Holy See. The revised policy was created by a panel of professional and laypersons who helped draft the revision and will be involved in its enactment. A new coordinator of the response for such allegation has also been appointed in the person of Deacon Leonard Storr. The policy also foresees training programs. The revised policy will be published in the Archdiocesan media and will also be made available to the press. Besides the roles of Father Patrick Castro and Deacon Leonard Storr, I, as pastor appointed by Pope Francis for the care of the souls in the Archdiocese of Agana, would like to express my sincere desire to personally meet with Mr. Quintanilla, Mrs. Concepcion, Mr. Denton, and Mr. Sondia. I will travel personally to meet with those who are off island if they wish, or the Archdiocese will arrange for their arrival to Guam to meet with me. I kindly ask them to please contact me or my secretary, Mrs. Lisa Weisenberger, at the Chancellery to make arrangements. Thank you and God bless you all.
Thank you, Archbishop Han. Archbishop has asked me, as the editor of the Umatuna, to moderate the Q&A session. I see that we have at least five main news outlets here. So we will ask you to, out of courtesy, make sure that each of the five have a question that they will present to Archbishop Han and the panel. If you would please preface by mentioning your name and your organization. So we'll start with, Heidi from Pacific Daily News. Heidi.
Is Archbishop Aparon in Rome, or has he been in Guam in the past month?
He was in Rome in some time, and he had to do something with the Holy See. In the past months, I don't know what do you mean. Anyway, past months he had been here. Past month meaning from when to when? I came anyway, June 6th.
Okay, Crystal from KUM.
Archbishop Han, you were served on Friday the legal lawsuit for the libel and slander suit. Why did you try to give the legal papers back to the person serving you the legal documents?
When I was being served, the gentleman did not make clear it is for the Archdiocese or for the Archbishop Apostolic. And he was not in a position to answer my questions. So I asked him if he can gently make that clear, and then he left. And he thought that I had the intention not to